Hi everyone, Jamila Knopf from Turning Point Clinic and Coaching. Today we're going to talk about digestion because it's not just what we eat, and you probably have heard of the saying, we are what we eat. But it's not just that, actually. We are more than that, and it's more important that your digestion works better and works at its best, because we are more what we can digest. Because if we eat food and nothing gets digested properly and your nutrients don't get absorbed, then you lose these nutrients, and these nutrients won't be any help to your body. So even people who have a really healthy diet, sometimes their health or energy is not at its best because they're not digesting the food properly. So here, digestion is the whole process. It starts in your mouth and finishes in your bowels. So it starts in your mouth with chewing well, and your food gets mixed with the digestive juices there and the enzymes, and then you swallow it. The next stage is your stomach. In the stomach, your food gets mixed with hydrochloric acid, which especially helps to break down the protein. Then the food moves on into small intestine, and in the small intestine is where the magic and the biggest process really happens. There are a lot of different enzymes and liquids join the small intestine, break down the food further into its minute little particles, and then the digestive small intestine has these little villi, though the walls of the small intestine look a bit like your hand. It's all these little finger-like projections that stand out in the digestive walls, and so it's a really big surface for absorbing the nutrients, basically. That's what these villi are for. But these little villi and the cells of your small intestine can only absorb the food if it's broken down into its minute and smallest particles. And then from there they move into the bloodstream, and so on and so on. So you really need to have a healthy digestion for that to even work. And then there's also another big important part, which is your probiotic bacteria. So from the small intestine, your food moves into your large intestine, and also called bowels. And in the bowels sits a lot and lots of beneficial good bacteria, also referred to as probiotic bacteria or the microbiome. And that has been researched lately, lots and lots and more and more. And there's now so much evidence and research showing that the microbiome in our beneficial bacteria are super important. And it's now also known that there is a connection between your microbiome, the beneficial bacteria, and your brain. And it doesn't just send signals up to the brain, but also the other way. The brain communicates with your bowels and the bacteria there. It's like a living entity, a living organism. And it's super important for healthy immunity and for our overall health. It's quite incredible. Now the research also showing that when our digestion doesn't work well and the microbiome is not properly working and not at its best, that doesn't just hamper our immunity, but also leads to diseases like even dementia and depression. There's whole books about the whole topic out, and you could research that a bit more, and I can talk about that more some other time. It's really fascinating, and it's really coming clearer and clearer and more known that the digestion is super important for our overall health. In Ayurveda, which is thousands of years old, we already knew that for thousands of years, because in Ayurveda we say that all imbalances and chronic and acute diseases start with your digestion. First, there is a problem with your digestion. Digestion is not working properly, and then from there the disease manifests and moves into the body. And that's how Ayurveda explained it thousands of years ago, and now it's kind of interesting that the research is backing that up. So just to give you a few tips on what you could do to start improving your digestion, first of all, important to chew your food well so it gets broken down lots and mixed with the enzymes, because your stomach doesn't have any teeth. So really, really important, chew your food really, really well. And then to look after your hydrochloric acid, it's important that you don't drink with your meals and not to dilute your hydrochloric acid. It is said to be best not to drink half an hour before or half an hour after your meal and not with your meal. If you do need to drink something with your meal, then just sipping on some warm water and just a few sips or herbal teas is better than drinking cold water, because the food is best digested when it's at their body temperature, and the coolness of the water would slow everything down as well. The other thing you can do to improve your digestion is to add spices to your meals. When you cook, you can also chew on some seeds before or after your food, but best if you add some spices like ginger, garlic, cumin, fennel, turmeric, coriander, oregano, rosemary. Everything that's warming spices are really, really beneficial and help the digestive process. It's also a good idea to start first thing in the morning by drinking a big glass of warm water with the juice of half a lemon or a cap of apple cider vinegar. That cleanses through your digestive tract, it stimulates your hydrochloric acid and more, and it's really, really beneficial. And it can also help to drink a little bit of apple cider vinegar with a little bit of water half an hour before your meals. That again stimulates your hydrochloric acid. And if your hydrochloric acid is not at its best, you might have something like burping after meals or feeling uncomfortably full after meals, which can of course also come from overeating, and having pains in your stomach after meals and so on. That can also be signs that your hydrochloric acid needs a helping hand and there's not enough of it there. And the other things that can help is that you could take, if that is not all enough, you could also take supplements for healthy digestion, probiotic bacteria. They even have digestive enzymes in powder or capsule form, or some herbs. There's some digestive herbs available that we can take that help us to improve our digestion. We can also chew on some fennel seeds after we've eaten or in between meals. Drinking cups of ginger tea throughout the day can help. And there's also some other cleansing teas and digestive teas that we can drink throughout the day that can help us with our digestion and with the process and to improve the digestion. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you picked up some helpful hints and tips here, and maybe you understand how important it is to look after your digestion. And I will cover more of this in the coming days and coming weeks. This is Jamila Knopf from Turning Point Clinic and Coaching. If you have any questions, please email me or contact me. My website is www.turningpointnz.com. Jamila Knopf, Turning Point Clinic and Coaching, and looking forward to see you again soon. Bye for now.